Hi everyone. In this video, we will take the hands-on demonstration for JavaFX button event handling using three different techniques. One is by using anonymous inner classes, second one by using lambda expressions, and third one by using method references. For this demonstration, we will take five different buttons. The first button event handling, which is handled by using anonymous inner classes. The second button event handling, which is handled by using lambda expressions. The third button event handling by using lambda expressions. Fourth button event handling by using method references. And fifth button event handling by using anonymous inner classes. The fifth button we will consider as a exit button. When that button is clicked, automatically execution of JavaFX application is stopped. For this demonstration, we will take five button names as the first button is India, second button is Indonesia, third button is Annamacharya, fourth button is Dev Avakans, and fifth button is Exit. Let us take the hands-on demonstration. Let us open a new file. We will take file name as button event fx demo.java and we will save like this button event fx demo.java. Save the file as Java source file. Now import all required packages. Import JavaFX dot application. Next we'll go for importing JavaFX dot stage. Next we'll go for importing JavaFX dot scene. Next we'll go for importing JavaFX dot scene dot layout for working with flow pane for arranging components in the JavaFX scene. Next we'll go for importing JavaFX dot scene dot control for working with GUI controls. Next we'll go for importing JavaFX dot geometry for position class importing. Next we'll go for importing import JavaFX dot scene dot paint. Next we'll go for importing JavaFX dot event for JavaFX button event handling. So this is the way we imported all required packages. Next we'll go for defining public class. We'll take file name as button event fx demo extends application. We'll take five buttons: button b1, b2, b3, b4, b5. Then we'll take one label component, label L. Next we'll declare flow pane reference. Next we'll go for declaring scene reference S. So this is the way the required components we declared. Next we'll go for definition of start method, definition of init method for creation of all GUI controls and flow pane layout objects. In order to understand where from it is executing, we'll take one prompt message system.out.println from init method Now we'll go for creating 5 buttons. Button B1 is equal to new button of India. Likewise, we'll take 5 buttons. So instead of hard coding, I would like to copy buttons. Next, we'll change the name. That simplify our implementation. The second button is Indonesia. Third button Annamacharya. And fourth button Dev Avakins. Fifth button is exist. This is the way buttons are created. Next we will go for creating a label control. Let us create a label control. L is equal to new label, press any button. This is the default message we are taking for label. Next we'll create flow pane object. FP is equal to new flow pane 20, 20. The width and height maintained among the buttons created is horizontally 20 and vertically 20 pixels. Then we will set the alignment for the flow pane. Fp dot set alignment of will display all buttons at the center of the screen. So for that, for the POS class reference, we are assigning constant as center. Then we will add all components to the observable list of the scene. So for that, we'll call the fp.getChildren method, which returns the observable list. On the observable list object, we are calling add all method. Now we are going for adding all buttons B3, B4, B5, finally label component L. This is the way all buttons and label component is added. Now we'll close the init method. Next we'll go for defining start method. We'll take the stage reference st and throwing exception. Now we'll take one prompt message to understand where the start method is executing. From start method, next we'll set the event handling for all 5 buttons as per our requirement. The first button using anonymous inner classes. B1 dot set an action, new event handler, action event AE. Then we will start the new action event. Then we'll go for implementation of the handle method, public void init, public void handle action event AE. Now when B1 button is clicked, the message displayed as L dot message displayed as India. For that we are calling L dot set text of India. Now we'll close the handle method. We'll close the anonymous inner class. We'll close the method calling like this. So this is the way we define the B1 button event handling, India button event handling using anonymous inner class. Now the second button B2, which is handled by using lambda expression. We'll take this B2 dot set an action B2 dot set an action of AE lambda variable for action event AE. Now we'll go for defining the logic for handling of B2 button event handling using lambda expression. Let us take the L dot set text of Indonesia. So this is the way the button B2 event is handled using lambda expression. Of course, implementation of event handling using lambda expression is very simple. We need not to go for creation of we need not to go for implementation of event handler interface and handle method. So we are calling the built-in event handler interface, and when we are calling that lambda expression, automatically it internally go for creation of event handler object by implementing handle method. Now we'll go for implementing third button using lambda expressions. We'll take B3 set an action of AE lambda expression L dot set text of Annamacharya. Now would like to close the lambda expression for Annamacharya button, lambda expression for Annamacharya button. Next, would like to go for implementation of the B4 button using method references. So here we will set the event registration with set an action method. Here we will define a method reference for B4 button event handling. That method reference we are defining as handle button click. In this way we are calling method reference for B4 button. After then, outside the start method we will define a logic for handle button click method. The method is defined outside as a private method. That method is called as a method reference of set an action method. Now we would like to now here we are declaring a method reference for that is defined outside the start method. Before implementing that handle button click logic, we'll define the B5 button event registration and respect to event handling. The last button event handling is defined by using anonymous inner classes. Now we are defining event handler, action event, a action event will go for implementing handle method, action event, a l dot. The last button is a exit button. So for that we'll call exit method from platform class platform dot exit. Exit method is a static method is defined in the platform class. So that's why we are directly calling with the class name. Now we'll close the handle method. We'll close the action is. We'll close the anonymous inner class. Now we'll close the set an action method. So this is the way we are defining action event for button B5. Now we set the title for the stage st set title, button events. Next we'll create a scene object. S is equal to new scene fp comma width and height, width is 500 and height is 500. Set the scene object to the stage st dot set scene s. Next we'll call the show st dot show. This is the way we define the logic for start method. Now we'll define the stop method. The stop method is called when we click on exit button, automatically it invokes the stop method. Stop system dot out dot println from stop method. Close the stop method. We'll go for defining main method for launching JavaFX application. Launch args. So with that, this button events using all different techniques completed. Let's we check for any errors are occurred. If no errors, the program is successfully executed. Let us check for errors. Compile the program. JavaC button event fx demo.java. Oh, we got lot of errors. We rectify them. Geometry. Save this and compile the program. Again 10 errors. We rectify them. So this is JavaFX.event. Save this and let us compile again 6 errors. The flow pen reference, I think the error is flow pen FE we declared, and here declared as a F, that is an error. We rectify this again. Okay, now get children L is missing, get children. Now this error also rectified. So next event, new event. So this was closed, and we forgotten one method defining method for handle button click, which is called in before button event handling method reference. We'll go for defining that method outside of start method. Here we'll define a method for method reference public void handle button click action event AE. Now L dot set x and the fourth button is Dev Avakin. So now we'll define the method reference method also. So this handle button method, which is called as method reference in button before. Now we are saving the program and go for compiling, and there is it's a lowercase letter. Okay, so now we'll compile again. So now without errors program is compiled. Now we'll run the program. Button event fx demo. So now 5 buttons are displayed. When you click on India button, India message displayed. When you click on Indonesia, Indonesia message displayed. When you click on Annamacharya, Annamacharya message displayed. When you click on Dev Avakans, Dev Avakans message displayed on the label. When you click on exit, the screen is exited. JavaFX application execution is stopped, and from the prompt from stop method message is displayed. Let's click on that. So in that way the execution is completed. Again would like to take the execution. India message displayed on label. Indonesia message displayed on label. Annamacharya message displayed on label. Dev Avakans button, Dev Avakans label is displayed on the label. Exit, it will close the execution. So this is the way we are handling event handling of respective buttons using anonymous inner classes, lambda expressions, and method references. Of course, for understanding perspective, anonymous inner classes are easily to understand. For simplicity perspective, lambda expressions are very simple. And if you'd like to go for defining definition of event handling as a separate method, which one is more convenient is method references are more convenient. In the method reference, while calling method reference event handling, while calling on set on action method, we will declare the method reference like this. We will declare the method reference like this. The respective method reference method is defined outside the start method. So this is the way we demonstrated the different buttons using different event handling mechanisms. Thank you for thank you for watching my video.